Building a computer. This is the computer that's going to be formed its base with its H110 motherboard and 7th gen i5 processor, and presumably the power supply too, because it's an 80 plus. I'm not a big fan of this case because it's too big. So instead I'm going to try to squeeze this components into this smaller chassis. It's about the same height, full-size ATX, but it's shorter. It's definitely a lower end case. As you can see, it's unfinished metal, and there is very traditional old school style of drive cages. Got a super sketchy Alcatraz power supply. Yeah, there's a random Wi-Fi wireless card here. Well, that was an interesting build. Not much hiccups, but I did have one, which is apparently I stole the power button for some other project because there's apparently no power button. So I've just tapped into it using the reset switch. Classic GX550 from Cooler Master with that blue fan. And yeah, this is kind of a mixed build of old and new components. Like the 250 gig hard drive is definitely much older than this 7600 CPU, which is paired to 8 gigs of 2400 MHz DDR4 RAM. I just remembered that I probably need to repaste this computer 52 degrees ambient. As for cable management, this computer case, I don't know whether the side panel is going to close, but yeah, there is some holes, but there is many, and this thing definitely helps hide most of the cables. There's a lot of SATA connectors with this non-modular GX550. In these days, who needs a lot of SATA power for your RGB controllers perhaps, but we don't really use our hard drives anymore. We now use M.2 drives, which this motherboard does not have one, unfortunately.